So couple years back, I started with like NoFap. Like it was the first thing I actually saw in terms of like self improvement. I was really hyped, like all these benefits. I'm just going to become like a Super Saiyan after 30 days, and all those bullshit. I was in that whole like real deep, and that's the first good habit I started doing. I mean, the first habit I started doing was like watching some great self-improvement YouTube videos like this one, and like the second one was like watching like doing started doing like no fap and stuff. But the problem was I always like relapse. Like I used to get to like day two or day three, day seven, and I always like get back, and it was like really demotivating. It felt like I couldn't like stick to any habit, or I couldn't like break my bad habit and stuff. But right now I have a complete different system to like build in any habit or like break any habit. So this is how this is like my system of like how to do it. So like watch the fucking video, man. So first thing is that you shouldn't like over obsess or like streaks. Like most people will be like, I have to hit like 30 day or like 90 days streak. Like the main thing is you don't it doesn't matter. Like the only reason you're like counting, it's that day 30 or something. It's just to like tell other people, I'm at day 30 and stuff. Like if you're like really serious on like quitting it, it's simply don't need to like track the number of days and stuff. You simply, know, you simply just don't do it. That's it, kind of thing. And also it mainly just puts a lot of pressure on yourself, like I need to hit day 7, or like I need to do this habit for 30 days, or I should stop doing it for like 30 days and hit like day 30, day 90 and stuff. And the problem with that is you are going to like mess up. Like if I ask you right now, like, or if can you bet your life on it, like you won't do the bad habit for like 90 days, or can you bet your life on it that you are going to follow this habit for the next 90 days? You actually can't. You like deep down, you know that you are going to have the days when you are going to like mess things up. So instead of just promising yourself, like, whenever I should like relapse at NoFap, I used to be like, I promise I'm not going to like relapse next time for the rest of my life. I used to like say out these statements like it was casual, but the next day I used to relapse, and it will just like destroy your whole confidence. And it will also like be like, I have already relapsed this week like 2 times. Let the rest of the week also let me just mess up the rest of the week, kind of thing. But instead of that, you actually need to expect for the days when you are going to like mess things up. Instead of saying, I'm just going to be perfect, you just need to be like, I'm going to like mess things up in the future, and it's fine. I should expect it. No, I have been doing this for like past 5 years or like 10 years. I cannot like magically break a habit, or you cannot magically build a new habit in just one day or like one week. It takes time. So you need to like understand that you are going to have the ill days, like the losses. So the first thing is you need to understand that happens. And the next thing is you should not obsess over like the perfection, and instead you should focus on like gradual. So even in like breaking a habit, you should like gradually like break it, instead of being like, not going to like jerk off for like the next 30 days. You should be, instead of thinking, I did that like 7 the last week I did that every single day. This week I'm going to do it only for 5 days. I'm just going to like reduce it 2 days, and you should do that gradually. It's the same thing with like building a new habit. Instead of being like, even in my business, I did not start out by like sending 100 outreach or anything. Instead I was like, let's start with 10. And even with like building my personal brand and stuff, I started with like, let me actually just post one post a day, and let's actually gradually increase it. That's how you should think, instead of being like, I'm just going to do like 100 outreach today, or like I'm just going to post like 100 YouTube videos every single day. Instead of chasing like perfection, you need to like understand that you aren't going to be perfect, and you should start increasing things slowly from 0 to like 1. I want to do that kind of thing. And also, the main thing is you need to have an emotional, like, you sh- we all have like emotional reason. The main thing we need to have is a logical reason. Like, I used to think, I used to like watch YouTubers, I used to think, I should create a YouTube channel for myself. It will be awesome and stuff. And it's emotional reasoning. Like, it's the same thing with everyone. Like, they just want to break a habit, or they want to like build a new habit, like build a business and stuff. Like, it's when you actually see those video, or like you get inspired, you'll be like really motivated to do that. So you will have an emotional reason to do it. But emotions are like what are like women mainly, they'll just change constantly. So you cannot like depend upon just motivation or just feeling inspired to do something, because it will change. There will be days when you're just simply going to not feel like doing things, and when those days comes up, most people quit. And it's those days which matters a lot in life. So instead of just having an emotional reason, you should have like a logical reason. Like, when I was seeing like YouTubers and stuff, I was like really inspired, I want to do this and stuff. But right now, I just think, if I start uploading YouTube video right now, after like an year or two, I'll be a lot better on YouTube. I'll have a lot of followers and stuff. It'll be really good flex and stuff. So when you actually add in the logical reason, the emotional reason also becomes strong. And even when there's no emotional reason to do it, there will be still a logical reason to like make the decision every single day to like do the work. So that's pretty important in terms of like building habits. And this is like the main part where like every single person, like, they are like inconsistent, they mess things up right here. So that's it for the video. Subscribe, like, and yeah, comment.